One of the great stories last year in college volleyball was the Wisconsin team that got off to a little bit of a rough start. At one time was something like 8-4, and then won 18 of its last 20 matches, give or take. Except the way it ended, a really tough 5-set loss to Florida in the regional semifinals. And Kelly Sheffield, the Wisconsin coach, joins me from Madison, where he's back from the recruiting trails and gearing up for next season. How's it going?
It's going great. It's just got in, as you know, just got in from the airport a few minutes ago, and looks like I flew in here on a beautiful Madison day. Sun's out, everybody's out exercising. It's a great day.
Yeah, don't get in a weather war with me, because you see, I'm wearing the kind of shirt that you wear in Baton Rouge on an April day when it's about 80 degrees. So don't be careful now.
I'll tell you what, you're dressing smooth in that shirt.
What happened last year that got you guys? It all clicked after a while. I mean, part of it, you didn't have any bad losses, but I think I'm right. It's something like 18 out of 20, and the only two were those back-to-back to Minnesota. I mean, you guys just got red hot and played super well.
Well, it's not any good loss. It's 60% of our roster was new. It was, and that the learning process takes time. It can be frustrating. It can be hard. It was frustrating. It was very hard for us. But our players were willing to go through that, and the coaching staff was willing to go through that and go through it together. And and those can be the most rewarding seasons. The ones where there's a lot of growth. I think we were preseason number 5, and I think we were the most in the history of rankings, not just volleyball rankings, but the rankings of the universe. I think we're the most overranked team or thing at the beginning of the year, and we just weren't very good. And but we got better. We got a lot better as the season went on, and if your players feel like you're getting better, and then confidence comes along with it. And by the end of the season, we felt like we could beat just about anybody. In a team that was in Florida that was playing really, really good volleyball as well, very athletic, very physical. And it was a heck of a match. And we ended up losing 15-12 in the 5th. But, I was really proud of the growth of our team and that journey that we went on. We had one senior, and we're gearing up and excited about this coming fall.
Well, you lead me to the next question. The one senior, of course, your libero, Taylor Morey, but you returned two of the best seniors in the country in setter Lauren Carlini, middle Haley Nelson, and then your juniors, Kelly Bates and help me out here, outside here, Lauren Gillis.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, that's 4 pretty stout, experienced players to build around and go into next season.
Yeah, I mean, we feel like we've got some continuity now with our group. It's amazing that you can go from I think we're the youngest team, maybe in the NCAA tournament last year, to a very, very possibly experienced team this coming year. Those two are, they're anchors, and they've been through a lot of battles together. They'll be 4-year starters for us, and our outsides last year were both sophomores. They'll both be juniors this year, and I think they've both had great spring so far. So, we're excited about the piece. And then the kids that are coming in, I think are going to make real good impacts, not only culturally in the practice gym, but I think a couple of them have a real good shot at being in the rotation for us.
Yeah. Tell me one or two of the incoming players who might start and be those impact players.
We've got Molly Haggerty, Emmy Dodge, Sarah Dodd, and Mallory Dixon, the 4 that are coming in. I would say, Molly Haggerty probably has about as much experience coming into college as you could possibly have. She's been a 3-year starter for Sports Performance 18's team, has been a multiple All-American, so she's going to have a real solid shot at getting in there for us. And I think Emmy Dodge is another player that has had an awful lot of experience, and I think she'll have a run for the money at the libero position.
You talked about overrated One thing that's not overrated is your schedule. Geez, have you looked at it, Kelly, and seen what you've done to yourself?
We kind of piecemealed it, and as it all came together, then our coaching staff asked if I was, what was I on to put that through. But no, I mean, we're excited about it. It's that's one of the things, as you know, the rules for who's getting into the NCAA tournament, who is getting seeded, who is who is hosting. That's an evolving deal, and we think we've got a team that can possibly be a top 4 seed, and if you snag one of those top 4 seeds, then you've got the ability to host up until the Final Four, where in most cases that's been a neutral match in the past, and that's a big deal. We think it's a big deal, and it's not a game breaker or something if you don't get it, but you'd certainly rather play in front of 6,000 fans in the field house than having to go on the road to one of the other big dogs and have to beat them at their place. And so we think this schedule is really, really good. It's really challenging, not just in who we're playing, but the distance that we're traveling. We're going to Hawaii one weekend, 2 weeks later, we're going to North Carolina. A week later, we're going down to Texas. And so we should be racking up some frequent flyer miles. That's for sure.
Hey, I'll leave you with this. I know I'll see you, of course, and we'll talk plenty before the start of the season. But when you do start next season, it'll be the end of the career for maybe my all-time favorite college player, Lauren Carlini, your setter. I'm sure that that won't be lost on you, but you'll have to appreciate every match that you have her because she's so fantastic.
Lee, you're right about that. I'm going to tell you the truth. This senior class is really, really special. I mean, I think most people just see the level of play, but one of the things that I'm sad and disappointed, people don't really know more about a player like Tori Blake. And there's not a day that doesn't go by that I go into the practice gym and she just lights up your entire soul. And a kid like that you're going to miss, and a Haley Nelson, but. And Romana, I mean, that kid's very few people have worked harder to come back from injury than her. That inspires you. But Carlini is, she's one in a million. Just not only by how her competitiveness, which everybody sees, and her skill that everybody sees, but I'm not sure anybody loves the game and loves practice more than Lauren. And those players, they make you better when they love being in the gym. And Lauren loves being in the gym. She loves watching video, that it brings out the best in you as a coach, because you can't get showed up by a player having more energy watching video than you do. So you really, really prep hard for that. And, a player that's in there in the gym and they're ready to rock and roll at 6:30 in the morning in the spring, some random spring day, you better be able to bring it yourself. And so they bring out the best of me, and I'm certainly going to enjoy these last few months with them.
Good deal. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the recruiting trails the rest of the club season, and of course catching up in the fall. Thanks again.
Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate it.